Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your moms would practically build themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv and welcome to today's show. Today, well, I'm going to reload the piece that I had done on Monday about painting vampiric skin. I had sped up some of the parts to try and make the video shorter, and it lost some of the clarity. So today, I'm going to break it up into two parts. Stick with us and check it out, and here we go. So, I was I've been working on my Blood Angel army, and I every once in a while have to paint a head, paint faces, and so I've been working on that, and this guy turned out pretty good. I kind of like how he looked. Well, as I got looking at his face, I thought, that face looks kind of familiar, and I was watching. It's put out by I think it's Warhammer TV. Anyway, it's about the Blood Angels. It's a video. Comes in several segments about the Blood Angels, and there's a Captain Orthio in this video, and I get looking at it and I'm like, and I'll show you guys a picture here in a minute, but it looks like this dude here, except he's really ashen faced. And it dawned on me, oh yeah, the Blood Angels are supposed to be kind of vampiric looking, and some of the successor chapters really are, blood drinkers and whatnot. But they're supposed to have kind of an ashen look to them. Oh boy, so now I've finally learned how to paint faces, where I can stand to look at them. Now I got to do something completely different. So today what we're going to do is, and it's not just for Warhammer. If you paint any minis, anything that has to do with, maybe there's an Elvira figure, maybe there's a Dracula figure, Mobius and Polar Lights, whatever the company is this week, the old Lindbergh kits of Dracula. Okay, how do you get that to look just right? Because you're not going to paint the face just white, So how are you going to get that to look just right? Today, we're going to go on a journey with me on how I kind of found out how I paint that vampirish looking skin. So stick with Mad Dog Merv as we look at painting vampire looking faces.
A close-up of that figure. Now, please forgive because I'm not a great painter, but I like how he turned out. From a distance, he looks okay. But as I'm watching that movie, here is what Orthio looks like. And he's definitely pale and ashen, so I've got to do something. So I'm going to take all of these heads here that I have, and we're going to get them primed up and painted, and use the ones that I like on some of my projects. We're going to start out with, for the main color, this Vallejo Pale Blue is probably your best bet. Celestra Gray, I believe it's called, by Citadel. But either way. And then we're going to use this white to the left of it to lighten most of the things. But then we've also got aged white on the far side, which is a replacement for Wraithbone. We've got the Mission Models black primer, and then we've got Nagrath Nightshade from Citadel. So these are the colors we're going to be using. So first off, we are going to mix up some of the primer and just prime them all black.
So what I am going to start out with is a number 0 brush. And the color I would recommend is a Citadel Celestra Gray, which I do not have, and I'm not running to the game store, a 30-minute travel just to pick up one paint that I'm going to need very little of. So I'm going to mix something up that's really close. I've already tried this, so okay. This is an old aircraft color from well, whoever made these Color of Eagles, you know, it's yeah, but this is blue gray, which is what you'd find on like a Dauntless or a Wildcat or something like that. Okay, so it's a little bit darker than the Celestra. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Vallejo white, dead white, and I'm going to put that in my wet palette. Put that in your wet palette and paint it. Okay. And I'm just going to mix some of the white in with some of the blue-gray. Till I come up with this kind of a really light gray color. And now I'm going to carefully paint his face. At least try to carefully paint his face. Had a lot of coffee this morning, so, you know, let's hope this goes okay. Yes, I will probably have to do a second coat, just so we are clear on that. Because you definitely want to put on thin coats. Don't want to obscure any of the detail. Yeah, too much coffee this morning, that's for sure. Gonna have some cleanup to do on the black areas. Okay, there's the first coat. And we'll come back here in a moment and put a second one on. Okay, so here it is after the two coats. Unfortunately, I can't get the camera close enough to really focus. But you can see we definitely have good coverage. And they're kind of that pale, light gray. So now for the, what I call the really important step. Okay, so now I'm going to use some Nagroth Night base from Citadel. Got this to do Tyranids with. And we're going to put some here in the palette. Nice deep purple. And I wish I could just say let's use that, but no. I'm going to mix some of the white with it. Going to lighten it up a bit. So I've tried a couple of different recipes here with the colors, and I found I like this one a bit better. This is kind of a lavender color. Okay, and what I'm going to do is get my water here. And I'm going to water this down good, so it's more like a wash. There, the magnets don't want to come off there. Okay, now I'm going to wash his entire face with this. Okay, it looks a little light, but we will see how this one dries. But you get the idea of using the wash. Okay, we'll see how that dries. Now, like I said, when you are painting them, they look lighter. And when they dry, they get darker. So here is, I've divided them into two groups. This first group here, which is the thickness of the wash. And then this one here, I lightened up just a little bit. So we'll kind of do both of these and see which ones turn out better. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our original blue-gray color. Get it off the magnet there. And I'm going to carefully kind of hit the highlights, like above his eyes, his nose, so the eyebrow area, the nose, and just other areas that are kind of high. Ears, cheekbones. I'm going to want my brush to be kind of dry as I do this, because I don't want to make a mess. Get above the lips there, and now I'm going to dry the brush out a bit more, and I'm going to just kind of dry brush across the top of his head. To pick up the highlights. Okay, here we are with the relayering. You can see some turned out a little bit better than others, but they're definitely getting some definition. Now you can skip this next step if you want. I'm going to use a 10-aught brush. And I'm going to take, usually I would use a light gray, but this time I'm just going to use some of that white because it's here on my palette. And I am going to paint the whites of his eyes very carefully. And when I say very carefully, I need the paint to flow just right. I don't want to have too much on the end of the brush. Having a hard time getting just the right amount of paint. Uh-oh. Okay, I'll try this again. Okay, unfortunately, on the other eye, I got a little bit too much on this side over here, but we will show you how I fix that here in a moment. Just real quick, don't shoot till you can see the whites of their eyes, and well, we can definitely see that. Some are a little bit bigger than others, so I'm going to have to fix that, and we'll show you how in a minute. Okay, now we're going to do the pupil. I've got my black right here. The very vital part is making sure that you've got a good tip on whatever size brush you're going to use, that the tip is really, really good. So, we'll get some black paint here. And we're going to just put a dot in the center of each eye. So, it's not a very good dot. There we go. And there we go. Right, here we are with the pupils in. Now we're going to do a little cleanup around some of these eyes.